I'm going to be telling you guys a very long story, but if you stay to the end of this video, you are going to be happy to listen to every single word. Hi, good morning. My name is Dr. Pope. In 2019, during the pandemic, there was a little gap. I will call it more like an opening where a lot was supposed to take place, but a lot was supposed to be filled. And in the creative space, it felt as though there was a little gap right there. There was need for people to learn more skills, develop themselves, gain more insight, just, something different from the normal. And that was where the whole idea of podcasting started. A lot of people were at home looking for things to do. In fact, I think I can remember there was a movie then that came out that I binged a lot, which is Money Heist, which made a lot of people start thinking of how to make money in a very, very fast way. The whole idea of internet marketing and social media marketing took a different turn. It was a lot at that period, not to talk of what happened in relationships. I mean, a lot of people got married, choose opportunity to get married because they have less people to feed, during the wedding. Some people did their wedding in Zoom, pastor blessed the wedding. So, having said that, we found a need to train a number of creatives because a lot of people, needed to brush up their skills, gain more skills and get better in the creative space and digital design, social media management, and all of that stuff. So that was what bettered the first cohort of our organization, and then by the end of that, we had our first online event, the first Design Rethink event online, because we couldn't gather. There was no place people were gathering, and but yet we needed to create that impact in the lives of the very young ones. We created the event towards the end of their training program that lasted about 3 months. Most of them are really big guys now, doing well for themselves, and we thought about it. If we do not step into help these guys get better at their skill, especially in this trying time, earn for themselves, is really going to be a problem going forward, because to solve the problem of poverty is to empower the human mind. And that was what we just did. Then a year later, most of the speakers that were around in the previous year also came in the second year. And the likes of Tola, the likes of George Omoraro, and name them. They were just amazing. The second year, where we looked at understanding the reality in the creative space. So what happened? There became the rush for creative talent. All right, people were trying to get more creative online. People were trying to create more content. We're trying to create more videos. People were trying to create more designs and basically stay on people's faces because of the impact of COVID-19. So COVID-19 made it possible, although some people saw it as a disadvantage, but it made it possible for a lot of people to gain new digital skills and are earning right now. So we started looking at the stakeholder engagement. We started looking at how we can even make these creatives earn better, because there is this thing, around the country or all over the world that creatives are valued less. Although, last year I took it upon myself to explain to people that no matter how long you spend, no matter how much time you spend in the boardroom, the core of the job, the part of the job that is going to, touch other people are going to be lying on the table of the creative person, the marketer, the designer, the video maker. That is how you get the masses, all right, to basically engage in the product you have created in the boardroom or your office or in the warehouse or in the factory, as the case may be. So there was this maltreatment, or more or less, for the lack of better word, they are treated less. They earn way little. No matter the effort they try to put, they don't feel that they are being appreciated much, because in quotes, there were a lot of them. There were a lot of people, so the value was no longer there. So we started having that conversation, started engaging even stakeholders, people that are making use of creative talents. And then again, we also didn't allow it to be one-sided. So wanted to cover all the aspects of this engagement. So also getting the creative person to understand what it takes from the stakeholder to make a decision. What it takes for a company to run efficiently, what it takes for a company to be profitable. Also advising the creative that if they can create for companies, they can also create their own companies and create for their companies as well, increasing their possibility of earning and multiplying their channels of income, which was very fruitful because we had some fellows come to the event from the Nigeria Export Promotion Council or Commission, and we had the likes of Mr. Adedeji Owonibi from Convexity, and we had that conversation how creatives can better engage their stakeholders and understand how business operation works, day-to-day business operation works, and how they can refine their values, how they can communicate better to stand in places of authority and better their personal brand and earn more. And that was it then. So we try to take away the attention from the buzz of NFT, crypto and all of that, so they can actually understand the base, which is the blockchain. This is part of the conversations Mr. Adedeji had, where they can create everything, where everything is possible for them to create, right? Instead of looking at the buzz and the hype around their products that is bought by $5 earning $1 million in 2 days. So we try to cut down on that hype. We try to reduce the adrenaline that is rushing in their blood. Let's have a real conversation on how the platform in which this is being created is profitable and it's going to better their lives in the future, because it's very important we do that. Down the line, a lot of things evolved, and this year, Design Rethink this year, we are going to be going into a very uncommon conversation, which again, we are not overtaken by the hype. We are in for the core, we are in for the meat of the matter. So we don't want an event where young people gather and at the end of the day, adrenaline is everywhere. People are feeling that they can do something, but they didn't go home with substance. So we start looking at how exactly do we leverage the trend and the buzz around the AI. How exactly do we make people to understand what this whole AI thing is all about, and the opportunities or the things they can do with it to better or increase or improve their job, and also increasing their chances to earn more and become better in the future. That is what Better is, the art of collaboration, where visionaries meet machines. So that cuts across all the areas, and every human being that makes use of computer and AI before now or even now. So people that don't understand it, or you've been using it, or you don't understand how you can. Now, industry experts have already been placed in this event, and it's going to be a place of networking or connection, and where you can also find your likes or people that do the same thing you do, and exchange ideas, and most importantly, have fun, because the second day is going to be, really amazing. And we've selected seasoned speakers that are in the industry, that have made strides in the industry, give us that direction and clarity. All right, so it's an event you don't want to miss, and I'm going to be heading to the venue right now to show you what it looks like. And if you are in Nigeria, if you are not in Nigeria, you have access to the online tickets. Even if you're not in Abuja, you have access to the online ticket. But it's going to be a physical event on which you don't want to miss. Once in a lifetime, the biggest in Africa. So let's make history together. Let's collaborate with AI, and let's not fight or take flight, because it has come to stay, just like your computers have come to stay, and things are going to actually get better. But the question is, are you collaborating with it to make your work both effective and also to get better at what you do? So yeah, we're back, and as you can see, we are fully ready and prepared to receive you in Abuja, in the city of Abuja. And don't miss this opportunity. Don't wait. Go get your ticket.